Well, you know, a guy who doesn't let him score often, how's that for a segue? Great, huh?
Very good.
The King, Henrik Lundqvist, yesterday the Rangers with a very big win as they continue to try to solidify a playoff spot, and he also was honored before the game, and he joins us now here on the show. Henrik, it's Michael and Don. How you doing?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing okay. I was just wondering, because you're a guy who doesn't court the spotlight. Was that awkward for you before the game yesterday?
It was not awkward, but it was very special. And being there, having my family on the ice, you know, it was just one of those moments that I'll remember for the rest of my life, and it was so special in so many ways, and I'm really grateful for it. Because, you know, having my mom walk out there with tears in her eyes, it was just a real feeling. But it was cool at the same time.
You know, you're a sports fan, so you know how most athletes handle this. And I mentioned this on Saturday night in the postgame after you shut out the Devils. You're somebody that acknowledges the milestones. You mentioned how emotional you were at the victory against the Devils, the shutout. You raised your hands in celebration. You ran to the goal after the game winner last night against Phoenix. Why are you the type of person to embrace it when most athletes will say, you know what, I'll talk about that stuff after my career is over? What does that say about your personality that you do appreciate the moment?
Well, I think a couple of reasons. First off, I'm a thinker. I do think a lot about a lot of different things. But also, I remember, you know, my first couple of years, I played with some older guys, and one of those things they said early on, make sure you enjoy the ride, because it's going to be over before you know it. So it kind of gets stuck in my head. So I really try to enjoy the moment. At the same time, you want to push yourself and try to get better all the time. But I think it's important that when you have a special moment in your career, that you really try to enjoy that, and like I said, it was great to share that with my family. They don't get to see me that often, and to have them come over, and also, I mean, I was so excited the way the Rangers handled everything and took care of them and me yesterday. I was blown away.
Now, Henrik, some people say pre-game ceremonies are always risky because it could take the crowd out of it just a little bit. And some of your teammates said even after, you know, you fell behind 2-0 early, that they felt the crowd really quieted down and that they had to bring the crowd in. Do you feel that the ceremony had anything to do with the flat start by a team that really has to win every game?
Yeah, well, it is a challenge. When you sit on the bench for a while and you wait to get going, normally you just come out, you have the national anthem, and then you're in the action. Yesterday was different, and personally I knew it was going to be a challenge to be in the right place mentally. And we did come out a little flat. And I think the big thing, though, is just we didn't get too badly hurt in the first, and then we just answered back in the right way in the second period. And it just made the game even more special, the way we came back and won that game. And like you said, it's huge points right now. And we just have to fight until the end in every game and try to get those points to make sure we're in the end.
Hank, as a leader in that locker room, how have you been able to observe how Martin St. Louis has handled this goalless streak since coming over here to the Rangers?
You know, he's such a great man, a class act, and I think it's been a smooth transition for him to come in. He knew a lot of guys on the team coming here. Obviously, it's a different system, it's a different team, and a lot of new things for him to get used to. But I see a lot of upside here going down the stretch, and as he's getting more and more comfortable with everything, and I think it's been great so far.
All right, now, the two guys that you've passed in the last couple of wins and the shutouts, one doesn't have a Stanley Cup, and that's Joachim, and the other one, Mike Richter, does. Will Henrik Lundqvist have a Stanley Cup at the end of this year? Do you think this team can do it?
I definitely think we can do it. And I think it's exciting to see that it's up for grabs this year. There's a lot of teams out there that can do it, and I definitely believe in us. We have a deep team. Right now we have 4 lines going really well. We have a lot of guys that can score, great defensemen, and also we've been winning games in different ways. But my focus right now is it really is to get into the playoffs, and once you're there, you're just going to regroup and go for it. But every game now, it feels like we've been in the playoffs for weeks. But it's fun. It's intense out there. The excitement is big, and you're a little anxious and nervous going into every game, but that's the way it should be. And we definitely realize how important every game is right now, and I think it's a great time of the year.
I felt this way, and I'm wondering if you did. Walking away from the game against Columbus and being at the game in New Jersey, those are the types of games that you will have in the postseason. Would you agree those were like type of playoff atmospheres, the way they were played, the energy in the building? Did you walk out saying that shows that we can play in the postseason because of those two games specifically?
Yeah, I agree. I was exhausted. Playing those 2 games back to back, they were so intense. And I agree with the building. There was a lot of energy in Columbus and in New Jersey, and it was just fun. And obviously when you get rewarded that way, you win 2 big games like that, when you put in all the effort like we did, it's great for your confidence, and it's great for the group to know that you can win games like that. It's big moving forward.
All right, so you have the all-time wins record for the Rangers as a goalie, the shutout record. You're a good-looking guy. You're on a team that's going to be in the playoffs, hopefully. So, of course, now you get TV ads. You're now on a new ad for fast-acting Advil, and you can see that ad during NHL broadcast on NBC and NBC Sports Network. So tell us about this.
Well, we shot this in December, I think. It's kind of a cool concept where, they were looking at how many shots they actually face in one season. It's close to 1,800 shots. Which is like being charged at by a rhino. So that's pretty much the commercial. And we spent the day at the rink to turn the whole training center into a movie set, and there was a lot of people working there. But it was kind of cool to see how they worked and how it turned out.
So you actually do use this fast-acting Advil then?
I do. Going through the season, there's a lot of games, a lot of pucks and bruises, and there's a lot of mornings you wake up with some achy muscles, that's for sure. So I don't mind to take a couple pills, and fast-acting Advil definitely helps me, no question.